we go. 20 seconds. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Even if it's in replay, we want to hear from you. You're in the morphic field with us. And countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So exciting. It's go time, guys. We are here to resonate results. And I want to just lay the foundational map for you to zoom out so that you understand where we're going this week, beginning today, which is Sunday. Today, we're going to program our water with a very special assisting frequency, and then you're going to be able to add a drop of that water throughout the week to then begin to really resonate with vitality, which I'm going to explain in a minute. And then tomorrow is going to be our Motivation Monday. Okay, we're going to do some quantum motivation techniques. I'm going to really empower you to remember that you're the author of your life, what that actually means, so that you can begin to make edits and write a vision and then live that vision. Whatever desire you have for this lifetime, I'm going to help you frame that as author of your life and then align with where you want to be. And then Wednesday, I call it megamorphosis. We are going to go into the quantum field together to visit the Anahata tree. This is going to be a shamanistic journey. Many of you actually will astral travel. And so come on Wednesday for that. We're going to collapse the wave function into matter as alchemists together. It's very powerful and potent when we can vision our dreams as if they are memories and get a visceral familiarity, which allows our ego to actually say, oh, this isn't far stretched outside of my comfort zone. It's more like it's a done deal versus eventually. And so we're going to make great strides in resonating our results on Wednesday. And then Friday, we're going to go into a Code Quest journey. It's sort of choose your own adventure. And I'll lead you through that. And it's going to be all about stepping up as the author of your life to embody the mythic self, being able to zoom out and decide what you want to create, and then choose the people, places, and things that you're going to magnetize. And it's going to be amazing. So each of these events are going to take place live streamed, and then the replay will be posted. Again, all replays will come down on Sunday evening. Every day when we're live, it's going to be 12:30 Eastern. Okay, so again, try to attend live because it's better to go in succession than it is to jump around and or try and get all of the replays done in one foul swoop. So what I want to share with you now is there will be short homework every time we meet. And if you do that homework, then you are going to be entered to win Light Memory, an Alchemist Guide to Waterbending. It's going to be an autographed copy. And you're going to be entered to win waterbending rocks. They come in this little pouch, and they are clear quartz crystals. And we'll talk more about them throughout the week. Many of you have them. If you do have them, if you're a waterbender already, make sure that you have that ready for this presentation. I'll tell you when to drop in so that we can really project and embody vitality, and then you can infuse your water further with that. It's not a requirement, but certainly if you have them, keep it on hand. All right, so let's get this well water party started. I am your host, Anahata. Welcome in if this is your first experience with the essence of my magic, which is to help people remember that they are alchemists and to give them practical tools for a magical life. And I use earth, air, fire, water, ether in scientific ways. My favorite element is water, and you'll see why here in a minute. It's basically a liquid crystalline supercomputer. It's connected to the 8th dimension, which is the Akasha, where everything is as essence, both as potential and isness. So this is like the space from which all things are and ever will be. And it's fantastic to know that water, at the center of every molecule of water, there is a wormhole. This is science, guys. Scientists are just beginning to understand what this means. And I already know because I had a potent memory of being a muon from 17,000 years ago, and we could walk on water due to the surface tension of water, and we would oscillate into more wave than particle, and we would be able to walk on water, sort of like sunlight. It was fantastic. We also, I had this memory where I was taking a pomegranate seed and placing it under my tongue, scanning my bio water, which is the water of your body, and then having that pomegranate seed communicate to water as the fractal it is, my specific needs. So then the water would begin to pull through the wormhole from Akasha any essence that I want. And so this is the birth of, some people couldn't get pomegranates where they live. They weren't in season. And I was like, well, I know something else that actually regulates information and sings that song out. Clear quartz crystals. It's like a microphone. And when you tell the crystal what to hold, I have attuned these specifically to do a job, a sacred job, to scan your bio water, to scan the codes, or to scan your imagination. Again, this is all explained in my light memory book, An Alchemist's Guide to Waterbending, which one of you will win an autographed copy of and some rocks if you complete the homework. So I've been doing this sort of gridding for 7 years, but the memory of me being a muon happened about 1.5 years ago. And since then, it all has come to the forefront, and in divine timing, because I believe that water is set to become one of the most major breakthroughs of our decade. It's going to be fantastic, and I'm delighted to be on the forefront of that. Now, there is a study out of Hassel, Germany, as science catches up, about the ability that your heart has to emit photons. Okay, what are photons? Light energy. Okay, and it doesn't mean it's, UV rays. It doesn't mean you can see it, and some people can, but nonetheless, these photons are coming out, and they measured an average person's heart emits about 20 photons per second, but a mindful, gracious heart focused on high vibes emits 100,000 photons per second. We're going to join together. It's sort of like My Little Ponies, how they have those things and they project it out. We're going to do that together in this water party across the globe as the neurons of Gaia, firing and wiring together this new grid structure of reality into the water molecule and fractalize it out, the essence of vitality. And I encourage you all to take your water and drop it in your pet's water, in your water for the week, in your children's water, in your anyone in your life's water, and in the body of water in your area, so that we can grid in a new reality based on asking, aligning, allowing, and activating the essence of vitality, which I'm going to share with you the definition of here in just a minute. So let's involve our water. Go ahead and take a drink. This is baseline. What does it taste like? We're going to now infuse the photons from our heart inside the water, sanctifying it, helping it to restructure, basically getting the canvas ready upon which we will paint vitality. So our water is dead. We need to first structure it. So taste it, just taste it. It may be chemically pure, but get a baseline. Okay, it's water, but it's not structured yet. So let's go ahead and structure it using our heart space energy, 100,000 photons projecting out into the water, okay? And again, this is going to get it ready so that when we infuse vitality, after I explain what that is, you will be able to actually taste the difference and feel the difference. So take your water and go ahead and just stare at it. And I want you to, if you know what a Merkaba is, again, all of this is explained in my book, but to get you up to speed, it is a 6-sided star tetrahedron, okay? And so 2 opposing triangles, and they're spinning, and it's a vortex. And this is 369 Tesla information here, guys, but I won't geek out on all of that. I will just tell you it is opening the wormhole, and it sanctifies. The water basically goes, I remember, and it starts communicating and rearranging the hydrogen and oxygen molecules in a pattern called the EZ zone, which is the fourth phase of water, H3O2. And in this sacred space, communication goes off the grid. It becomes a battery. The negative ions around it meet with the positive, and suddenly it's buffering toxins away from you. It's literally feeding your cells in optimized ways, as is any sacred geometric pattern. It's holding hands, it's structured, it's stable, it's coherent, it makes sense. And upon that grid of optimization, then when you pull through the wormhole, it fractalizes out to all aspects instantaneously. It's like getting the motherboard online, tapping in to the World Wide Web of the ether. So let's go ahead and just look at your water and imagine, if you can, little spinning Merkabas. And if you don't know what that means, think of little baby tornadoes on a microscopic level. Every single water molecule is now beginning to structure, and the photons in your heart, just through your conscious awareness of being conscious and that energy coming forward, you can say, I love you to the water. I love you. Thank you. Masaru Emoto did a lot of research about the power of emotion, and specifically high vibration, to sanctify and structure water in intricate and cohesive patterns. And so let's go ahead and a couple more seconds of love. I love you. Thank you. It's also becoming more alkaline, which, if you know anything about having an alkaline body, viruses and or cancer, et cetera, don't exist when you have an alkaline body. So pretty cool, just that alone. All right, so the water molecules will continue to tell each other and sync up with each other and connect with each other and form a unique bond with each other as we go ahead and explain the essence of vitality. Don't drink it yet. All right, it's going to continue on structuring as I continue to explain to you vitality. So I want to share my screen. You know, when you pull any code, the first part of pulling a code is to say, what the heck is it that I just asked for? Think of the book of codes as the cosmic grocery aisle. And the only difference between a dog and a lemon is a little bit of extra something, right? It's earth, air, fire, water, ether, and it's arranged. You can pluck from the ether a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You're literally using the ingredients that God used to create all things out of limitless potential and the reality that all is, and that nothing can be destroyed, only transmuted. And we are creators. And so that's what I'm here to help you remember to do. What does the collective need? And I was blessed to be driven right to this code this week in the book of codes, the essence for vitality. And so before we watch this short 3-minute infusion video where the wormholes of my vial, this vial with the water bending rocks in it, will connect to the wormholes in your vial, and we will drink it and do a simple breath work, and then we will end. I want to explain to you what is vitality over the next few minutes. All right, so you can see here, it's the state of being strong and active and energetic. It's the continuance of life that is present in all living things, everything that has breath. Now, there's a lot more to it than that, and I'm going to explain, but you know, these are some synonyms that you can imagine. When we watch the video, it's going to be pulling from the ether energy, animation, spirit, vivacity, exuberance, buoyancy, vibrancy, pep, zest, sparkle, effervescence, vigor. These are some of the words, right? The collective definition. And I want to let you know that assisting frequencies, there's no force. So let's say you're already bouncing off the walls. Well, you're not going to bounce more off the walls. Okay, it's an adaptogen that brings it into the center point balance based on your unique need. So no two people are going to activate this assisting frequency in the same way, because no two of us have the need precisely the same that we would activate via the assistance of vitality. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing and just explain to you my take on vitality as well. Anything that resonates with you is what you have access to activating through this water. And again, I'd love for you to take a drop of the water and put it in every glass that you drink this week. You're going to resonate on every level with that. And that's what we're doing this week, right? We're resonating results. Okay, so vitality to me is evolution. And I like to think of it as your capacity to live, grow, and evolve. So what's your capacity to live, grow, and evolve? It's that impulse we have within us to expand that's encoded in all forms of life. Doesn't matter what type, if you're conscious or not, a plant has this same drive to stay alive, as do animals and every other living thing on the planet. So everything wants to stay alive. And so the shadow side to this beautiful vitality is the fear of not being vital, the fear of death, the fear of not surviving. And we've got to face the fact that we as humans have an evolutionary embedded code of fight, flight, frozen, of stress response. And it's been pretty intense as of late. We've got lots of triggers around us that are rooted in survival mechanisms. Okay, and so this code is going to help you this week to really rise above that survival mode and into a place of peace despite the chaos around you. And this takes zooming out. This takes a certain level of maturity to understand that expansion, just for the sake of expansion, continually is not sustainable. Because what happens is the structure becomes too complex and it will require a contraction. And so we don't want that pendulum to go, it will. So we need to find balance, and to do that, we expand consciously. When you expand consciously, you become that. And there is no need for the law of compensation. So to truly evolve, we must expand our awareness as we grow. And so I love this code. Vitality is our capacity to fully live, grow, and evolve. Capacity is the key here, because that implies that there's some sort of limitation, which of course is only capped by your ego to keep you familiar, to keep you safe, that survival mechanism. So there is no maximum amount. It's only your perception of the maximum amount. And those limitations are self-imposed. And so that births this illusion of complexity, when in fact, if you zoom out on a fractal pattern, it's the most simple thing there is. It's one point of light. That's it. We are one photon that is fractalized out into limitless patterns, creating more patterns. So the complexity of life, as you zoom into it, can be very overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. You can zoom out to your superconscious self and pick and choose what you want to energize as an alchemist, and simply take your energy away from anything you don't want more of. There is a component to vitality that includes in the all rest and replenishment. So if you haven't been sleeping, for example, very well, this code will help you. Even though it's going to give you vitality, you have to have rest and replenishment. And so that balance of being vital when it's required and being restful and replenishing as part of that requirement. A life in all its seasons, in all its balance, that is the zoomed out inclusive approach. So we have to zoom out to the truth of our fractal growth. Our capacity can quickly lead to overwhelm, where we won't be engaged in life. We'll just be in survival mode. And so as we evolve, that illusion of complexity requires a conscious zoom out, okay? And it doesn't mean go, 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 I'm vital, I'm vital, I'm vital. It means you're an alchemist. And I believe simplicity and flow is key, despite the appearance of complexity, okay? And the more complex things get, if they are in sacred, cohesive progression, AKA aware on all angles, it actually is very intelligent and structured. That's what's happening with the water when you project those heart photons in there. So that structure is consciousness, and that's divine, and that is really intelligent. This is creator energy. And so you can see the big picture. You can let go of who you think you are or who you should be. You can surrender to that divine order and the plan, and you can then align with the essence of your evolutionary impulse. And that requires clarity and simplicity. So that's what this is going to deliver to you, the vitality. Oh, now some blocks to vitality. Let's talk through that, and then we'll go ahead and watch the video and drink it, and we'll be done. Blocks to vitality are obviously the antonym. This is going to support you if you're feeling stagnation, the opposite of growth. If you're feeling like you're just in a rut and you're repeating these cycles and it's very confusing because you're not choosing them consciously, right? This is your subconscious repetitive cycles. It's going to help that. If you're feeling lack in terms of having to be and have like the greed impulse, like there's not enough for everyone, survival mode, instinct, the more I have, the more I'm vital, which is an illusion, right? We are abundance, if not for our perception of limitation and lack. So this is, the antonym of immaturity, simply not being aware of your environment. So you zoom out to the essence of invitality, and it is immaturity. It's not aware. And so sometimes we choose this because we are afraid of change. Because when you expand, you change. And again, this is our survival instinct keeping us safe from even ourselves. So this is going to help you understand that fear of change means stagnation and no growth, and that we can actually accept change as part of our vitality and choose challenge as growth potential. That's another key to this code, is accepting challenge as growth potential. There is no such thing as failure. I always tell my students, mind the gold? What is flip the resistance? What here in this perception of pain is actually serving you? Because everything serves you. And we don't have to suffer in our growth. Okay, we can choose a joyful path, which is autotelic, which is joy of the journey despite the circumstances. And with a clear vision of where we're expanding into as memories. That makes it safe, that makes you capable, and you continue forward into these areas of your life that you vision. So when we are wise enough to expand and then replenish through pause and contemplation, which is required, we can then map out our sovereign plan with a path that feels capable, and that being capable is the sweet spot. If you've heard of flow, that is where challenge meets skill set, okay? And I didn't come up with this. This is like the art of optimization. There's a guy named Stephen Keller who went into great detail with athletes with this. You've heard of what the zone is. And there was an author called Csikszentmihalyi. The book's called Flow. And he figured out that we do best with the neurochemicals activating and the feel-good rewards of you did it, keep going, which is necessary as well. That we feel best when we are challenging ourselves and stretching ourselves outside of our comfort zone by just about 4%. So I caution you to say, I'm all in, I'm going for it, and expand too fast, because as I said earlier, the shadow element of that is going to compensate, and it's going to ebb and flow, and you're going to spring back like a rubber band and go, but why? And so it's all about making sure you're engaged and winning. So about 4%. So that's part of your homework this week, is to do things in different ways that keep you engaged. Things that are mundane, challenge yourself, really become aware of what you're doing, optimize, try new things, do a little bit more, but not too much, and go outside of that comfort zone, but not too much, and be present and engaged. So vitality is going to help you do that, because when you are in those moments and you're present and you're winning and you're feeling those endorphins of, yes, I got this. It's just a beautiful place to be. And I feel like that's the feeling of vitality. And you're excited for more. You're at peace, but you're ready to move into spaces you haven't been, because it's no longer scary. It's sort of like the bhakti energy, if you've heard of that, BHAKTI. And that's a devotional energy that's overflowing, that has side notes of unity and prosperity and ultimate expansion, the totalness. And again, that's zoomed out to source and simplicity. Physically, this vitality is found in the heart and the solar plexus. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and watch the video now, and we're gonna drink the water after, and we're gonna wrap up. This is the well water for the week that I recorded. Just look at this as you hold your water and know that the molecules from inside that vial are connected to the molecules inside your water, and they're being translated right now, not from my screen to your screen, but from the inner wormhole of the molecule of water. It's called spooky action at a distance, is what Einstein called it. This is entanglement. This water is connected to your water. So go ahead and just imagine that taking place. You don't have to know how it takes place. Just know that it is. And the totality of the essence of vitality, of which we just spoke, including the definitions that we didn't mention that are also included in the essence of vitality, are also being brought forth from Akasha into your water. Just looking at it fills me with vitality. All right, guys, so the video is almost over. And the water was already sanctified, and now being pulled through is the total essence of vitality as an assisting frequency. When we drink this, it's going to communicate to every cell in our body, because we are 99% water molecularly, which is going to have you resonating results, specifically the essence of vitality. It's going to raise you up or down into complete balance based on your specific needs in every moment. Couple more seconds here. Those are water bending rocks in there. We just infused it here. Go ahead and taste it. Don't drink it all. Okay, so you may notice it is softer, sort of lighter. There's a different quality to it now. And you can take this water through the rest of your week and take a drop and put it in any other water that you have, and it will communicate instantaneously with that water to pull through the wormhole the same information. Again, this isn't like, oh, sure, you think so, do you? They did a study that was repeated where they asked water to hold the energetic signature of HIV. It's a specific wave. And then they diluted it out until there was no physicality of HIV at all. And they diluted it to the equivalent of 1 drop in the Atlantic Ocean. And they could still see that energetic signature. So water is a fractal. 1 drop of water imprints that information for sure on your vessel of water. But if you take it out into the waterways where you live, drop in 1 drop, that goes out into the size of the Atlantic Ocean. So let's do this. Let's grid the planet vitality. And again, there's no force. It's partaking of the energy and information, and the assisting frequency is your response to that resonance remembrance. We're already connected to all things, and our consciousness brings us back into that loophole of awareness, which is expanding evenly and maturely, if you will. Your homework for today, and to be entered to win my book, Light, Memory, and Alchemist's Guide to Waterbending and Waterbending Rocks, is to take a photo of your water and put it in the feed of this video. Now, I want to take one more sip of water, and I want to do a quick breath work with you. Take one more sip. And I want you to, as you feel that hydrating your body, we're going to guide our breath. And we're going to take a breath in, and we're going to hold it, and we're going to go out through our nose as well, only through the nose, and we're going to hold it, and we're going to breathe in, and we're going to hold it, and we're going to breathe out, and we're going to hold it. That's called 4 square breathing. And that's going to take the oxygen molecules into your cells. And since the heart and the solar plexus are key, let's go ahead and put our right hand on our solar plexus and our left hand on our heart, okay? It might be mirrored. So right hand on your solar plexus and left hand on your heart. Solar plexus is the soft spot between your ribs, okay? Right hand on your solar plexus, left hand on your heart. And we're just gonna breathe. And as we do, I want to let you know that a proper breath is from your belly. So when you breathe in, your right hand should expand out if it's on your solar plexus. And as you breathe out, it's going to contract in. So it's sort of the opposite of the way we've been breathing our whole life. But let's go ahead and get in the flow right now to just have our right hand on our solar plexus, left hand on our heart, and let's just breathe naturally and feel the wave of energy. Okay, oscillating. As you breathe in, your right hand should expand out. As you breathe out, it will come in, and your hands will gently move. And imagine that oxygen connecting in with the water molecules of your body and commingling with the water you just drank, which holds the energetic essence of vitality. Okay, breathing in. Hold and out, hold and in, hold and out, hold and in, hold and out, hold, and return to regular symphonic breathing, which is just your natural breath. ebbing and flowing, circulating that energy across all planes of existence, physical, mental, and spiritual. Aligning with that essence of vitality. It is so. All right, guys, that's it. I hope that you post a photo of your water that you just activated, and throughout this week, add 1 drop of water to any that you drink. Your pets are included, your family, plants. You can even drop it in your bath water. That's a really amazing experience. And that's it, guys. So thanks again for joining me for this Sunday's weekly well water as part of this Resonate Results from Desire to Success. Join me tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an hour-long quantum motivation, and it's going to be taking all of this information to the next level. So be sure to watch this back before tomorrow so that you'll understand where we're going, because we're going to go there quickly. All right, guys, much love to you and yours. Thanks so much for being with me today. Bye for now.